Good morning, everybody. I hope you are going to have a wonderful day today. I'm actually, as you can probably tell from the light on this uh, recording this in the evening, and I've got my trusty blanket on as well because it's a bit nippy. And if any of you know me very well out there, you'll know I'm a bit surgically attached to this blanket in the evening. And because it's evening, it gets me in the mood for reading a book. So today we're going to share a story together, and I'm going to share one of my favourite stories. I've got lots of favourite stories, lots of favourite children's books, but this is one of my favourites, and it's one of my favourites because, as you know, I love teaching. I love my job. And this story is a story that I used when I got my first ever classroom teacher job. It is the absolutely amazing book, Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. Now, something amazing happens in this book. So I wonder if any of the children who might be watching can think about what happens to the pictures when Max goes from his real life into the fantasy world of where the wild things are. And what happens when he goes back to his real life with the size of the pictures. I think it's really fascinating and actually quite interesting today how the world might shrink when you're kind of stuck indoors. And at the end of it, I'm going to set everybody a challenge again, just like I did yesterday, another challenge for you to take part in if you want to. So let's have a look at this book, Where the Wild Things Are. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind or another. Oh, Max, what are you up to? Poor terrorized dog. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. And there is Max, not looking particularly happy being sent to his bedroom without any supper. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. Wow. And grew and grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day, and in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. And made him king of all the wild things. There he is with his crown on and then bowing down before him. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." Now, in my house, when I had little children, we used to run around the house pretending to be the wild things, going rumpus, 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 rumpus. And here they are having their wild rumpus on this page. And it carries on the next page as they're all hanging from the trees with Max, their king, on the tree as well. And here he is, riding on the back of a wild thing. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." But Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye and sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. Remember what's happening to these pictures as he goes back and into the night of his own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. I wonder how Max's supper was still hot when he'd been away for such a long time. What do you think? My challenge for anyone watching today is this. Can you draw me a picture or write me some words and tell me about one of your favourite books and why I should read it? I love learning about new books, so I'll be interested to see who posts below. Have a lovely day, everybody. Keep safe, keep healthy.